Hey y'all, Coach in the Fight here, doing our new moon prediction for the month of March in the year 2022. Now, we're looking at the Metonic cycle that was created by this channel, and we see that the 0% moon was on March the 2nd at 11 a.m. That's when the moon was not visible in the sky at all, but the Levites have to verify the sliver of the new moon. It has to be verified and confirmed by independent second party before the new month can be declared. And it takes at least 24 hours before the moon can gain enough light for it to be visible by the naked eye. So for those who went out last night, they saw nothing. But for those who go out tonight on March the 3rd, they should see a 1.5% moon illuminated. If this be the case, they will start blowing the trumpets around the world, letting us know that a new month has started. And it is from there that we'll start calculating the new Sabbath days. There's no way to know when the 7th day is if you don't know when the first day is. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the new moon. Now, one of the key verses that expresses the importance of the new moon is Ezekiel chapter 46, verses 1 through 3. Which tells us that the inner court of the temple will be opened on the new moon. Now, it is closed most of the month, but we see here that it's opened only on the Sabbath days and on the new moon days. This would explain why the Messiah did so many miracles during the Sabbath day and why so many of the prophets got a word from the Lord on the new moon day. The new moon day is extremely important. Now, it is over in the book of Psalms, chapter 81, verse 3, that we hear that we're supposed to blow the trumpets on the new moon. Turns out we're supposed to blow the trumpets on important days like new moons and feast days. But one point that I want to bring out about this verse, because it often comes into question when we talk about the new moon, and that's when the new moon is. People refer to this verse because it includes both the new moon and the full moon. Now, the full moon, Strong's number 3677, is Kiseh, and you see that the definition is full moon. This is the appointed time. The full moon is the appointed time because of the three mandatory appointments, talking about the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Weeks, and the Feast of Tabernacles, which all occur on the full moon. That is the appointed time. But when we look back at the reference for the new moon, it's Strong's number 2320, the Chodesh, and we see that it is the new moon, but we see that it's also a month. And we did a video not too long ago showing that the Bible never really talks about the new month. It always calls it the new moon. Anytime you see the word new moon or new month in the Bible, it's talking about the same day, the first day of the sacred month. Now I want to bring you over to the book of Enoch, the authority on the celestial calendar, and I want to bring you down to chapter 71, which starts the book of the revolutions of the luminaries of heaven. This is where we learn how the celestial calendar works, and we see down in verse 11 a very important fact surrounding the new moon. What it says is that when the year starts, March the 20th, 12 months are opened. Calls it 12 windows, but we see that it's 12 months being opened. But notice right here, it says from which issues out a flame when they are opened in their proper periods. See, this is that spiritual rejuvenation that we hear about. It reminds me of the book of Revelation when it talks about the 12 healing leaves. It's probably related to these 12 windows that are opened. But anyway, notice right here how it says that this flame issues only when these months are opened in their proper periods. Now, I had to spend a lot of time thinking on this. How could they possibly be opened in the wrong period? I mean, the celestial calendar is accurate, and the periods of the moon as well as the sun never change. So they are always on time. But what I believe this is talking about is us. And if we recognize these 12 windows in their proper times, then we could take advantage of this flame that proceeds out And I believe that's what Ezekiel was talking about back in chapter 46. So let's try to go out tonight, especially if you are a Levite, one of the firstborn. It's kind of your responsibility to let us know when the months start. So let's go out at sunset this evening on March the 3rd and catch a glimpse of the sliver of the moon. And if perchance you don't, if you don't make it out, or if you don't get to see it, then come back to this channel, because this channel is usually one of the first to blow the trumpets each month. So make sure you have that like button pushed. Make sure you have that bell notification button pushed so you can get those posts letting us know when the new moon is verified. Please leave a comment if you have any questions or comments or anything you can add. Pray for us, and shalom.